me take a drink here since I've been flapping my jaws. Alrighty. So it is quite a few minutes after 9:05. So let's get started with our 2019-2020 Hoops Premium Stock Basketball Random Player 1 Megabox Break number 5. Just like with all of our random player breaks, I'll list everybody in random.org in the order of which they purchased their spots. We'll randomize that list 5 times, and then we will match that up against an alphabetical player list from the product. Good luck, everybody. Once, twice, 3 times, 4, and lucky number 5. And we've got Jim in the top 2 spots, and he gets the Zion spot. And that goes to Kyle. All right. So again, we'll just cut and paste our list next to our alphabetical player list. And I will cut and paste that over to the right and sort it by everybody's names. We will briefly scroll through that list before we tear into our box and see what we get. Let's see if we can get a Zion for Kyle. Maybe I should start an alternative channel for sports card talk. I thought about that a long time ago. It's just there's so many people that do it. And some people do it really good, and some people, frankly, do it not so really good. But I just didn't want to be in that crowd of like rando talking heads. And I feel like when you do that, you constantly have to defend your position on stuff. And I frankly just don't have the energy for it, nor the time or the inclination. Because then you've got people hurling lava darts at you all the time about random things that you may or may not really care about. I mean, just because you have an opinion on something doesn't mean that you deeply care about one topic or another, even from a hobby perspective. And I don't, honestly. There are very few hobby heels I am willing to die on. I just, things are too fluid. And frankly, I've been around too long and seen too much. And seen too many things change and too many paradigm shifts and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So there's not a lot of heels I'm willing to die on from a hobby perspective. I have some preferences and things that I like and adages that I might abide to for myself, but I think most points in the industry and hobby today are pretty debatable. But that's just me. I'm sure there are a lot of people that feel differently about that. And I know there's a lot of folks out there that have a lot of heels they would die on. Hey, Taiwanese Phil, how are you doing? Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll take that up when I retire. Of course, I'm retiring pretty soon. Corporately, anyway. I mean, I'll still work. I'll just work for myself. But I'm kind of, between you and me, I'm kind of fed up with the corporate life. It's kind of run me down, which is probably why I've been sick for a week. So I'll be leaving that life sooner than later. Maybe I'll do a card talk channel. Who knows? Talk about the topics of the day. Do a little 10-minute YouTube video talking about random card things. But I probably won't. There's just so many people that do that. I feel like it's such a crowded area. You know, and there's some people that do a good job of it, and they've got a really good perspective on the hobby and the industry, and they've got a lot of historical knowledge, and they understand how things work, you know. And I don't want to necessarily compete with those people. I don't have the need to do that. I don't need to show myself or be out there like that. I'll let them do that. They seem to be good at it and enjoy it. And then there's the other 90% of the people that have been in the hobby 12 minutes and think that they've mastered it and know everything there is to know. And I don't have much inclination to dealing with those folks at all. So there's that. Who knows? Who knows what retirement will bring? I mean, obviously, I'll still be breaking just because. Probably breaking a little bit more than usual. But who knows? The world is my proverbial oyster, or something like that. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. All right. Now that I have beaten you all on the ground with my rambling and we have went through our list, let's open up our box. Let's find some nice Prism cards, maybe some shiny rookies, preferably in the red cracked ice Prism variety. I have to admit, I love tearing these mega boxes like this. You just tear the middle and the pack's right there. Very convenient. I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty good at it. All right, pack number 1. I'm just going to kind of thumb through the vet base here until we hit something sleevable. Speaking of, little Cam Reddish rookie. Got traded to the Knicks earlier. Hopefully he'll get a little bit more playing time. A little bit more of an opportunity to develop. Has tremendous skills. Just didn't get the time. A little Anthony Davis tribute. We have a little Larry Bird tribute green prism. Very fitting, matching the Celtic colors there. Very nice. And then we've got a Rui Hachimura red cracked ice prism tribute rookie. Excellent. And then we have a Darius Garland silver rookie. Didn't he have a crazy game this week? I thought I read that somewhere. He put up a pretty strong double-double. Good for him. Getting a good run in the land. Not too shabby of a first pack. Pack number 2. Domantas Sabonis. Little Daniel Gafford rookie. Mike Scott. And then we have a Wendell Carter red cracked ice prism. And then a frequent Flyers Zach LaVine. I feel like that's a silver, but honestly I can't tell because of all the lights. Yes, it is Prism. The 742 lights that I robbed from an IKEA store in Texas. Sometimes the lights are too much and you can't tell when something is Prism or not. Indeed, that was. Next pack. Quindary Weatherspoon rookie. Little Carmelo. And we have a Myers Leonard red cracked ice prism. And a Wesley Matthews silver, but it's got a little, you see the little notches there at the top? Little indentions, unfortunately, when it went through the pack outline, I would imagine. Not good. Fortunately, it is not a huge card, but still, I hate when that happens. Next pack. Hey, Kyle. 18 assists. Is that what he had? I knew he had a huge, huge double-double, which is good. How are you doing, Kyle? You doing all right this evening? I didn't put you to sleep with my epic rant before the break. I hope I didn't. Sometimes I tend to do that sometimes. Little Admiral Schofield rookie. Don't feel like we see much of him nowadays. From the real UT. Not the fake one down in Austin, but the real one in Knoxville. I say that because I'm from the state of Tennessee. And we have a red cracked ice prism of Nikhil Alexander Walker. Not too bad there. And I lived in the state of Texas for like 15 years, and I used to talk a lot of smack about UT. Real Rudy Gobert lights, camera, action insert. Next pack. Little Nico Melli rookie card. I keep on forgetting that he was in the set. Almost passed right by him. Old Dwayne Dedman. Oh, a little high voltage Victor Oladipo. Very nice. Oh, how about that? A little red cracked ice prism of Rui Hachimura to go with the tribute that we pulled in the first pack. So whoever has the Rui spot, done pretty well. Got the regular base and also the tribute rookie in the red cracked ice prism. And then we have a arriving now insert of Cameron Johnson. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Kyle. Certainly appreciate that. Appreciate you breaking with us, all of you all. You break with us every week in, week out. A small but mighty group. Then we have a Wilson Chandler red cracked ice prism with the Bed-Stuy alternate Nets jersey. And then we have a Eric Bledsoe silver. Next pack. Mafundu Kabengele, rookie. I'm sure I did not pronounce that correctly. Then we have a green prism of Reggie Jackson. And then we have a red cracked ice prism of Brandon Ingram. And a class of 2019 silver Darius Garland. So whoever has the Darius spot, doubling up. Next pack. Little Cam on the back there. Cam again. D'Angelo Russell. Vince. Well, look at that. Kyle, we actually managed to get you a Zion rookie. Little base rookie there, not too shabby. Hopefully he will come back sooner than later. And then we've got a Kendrick Nunn rookie red cracked ice prism. And then we've got a silver Cam Reddish rookie to go with his base rookie that we pulled earlier. So whoever's got the Cam spot, getting a couple. Very nice. Next to last pack. Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, Dame, Teague, Neil Alexander Walker, doubling up. I think we got his red cracked ice earlier. A lot of rookies doubling up in this box. And then Kendrick Nunn base. We just pulled his red ice out of the last one, last pack. A lot of doubling up with the rooks. And then we've got a red cracked ice prism of Justin Jackson. Not to be confused with Janet Jackson. And then we have a Paul George frequent flyers insert. Last pack. Rui again. I think that's our third Rui rookie. How about that? Rui spot on fire. And then we've got a Ja Morant tribute rookie. Not too shabby. In the lovely, lovely retro Grizzly jersey, circa 95-96. And then we've got a Vukovic red cracked ice prism. And a Kevin Love, not sure if that is teal or silver. So we have all these silvers. And there's usually one teal prism, but it's really faint and tough to tell. So I'm going to get all the silvers and see if we can figure out which. I feel like they're all silver. I don't think any of them look like they're teal. I have a hard time in the 78 lights I have on this table. I think they're all silvers. Although we had the reddish and the garland, which are pretty nice. All right. So now that we have opened all of our packs, let's go back to our list and see who got which cards. Lot of rookies, which is why I like opening those boxes. And a lot of parallels, too. A lot of prisms. Okay, we'll start with our inserts. I guess it would help if I put the list up on the screen. There we go. Okay, so our first insert is our Paul George frequent flyers. And that goes to Anthony. Congrats on that, Anthony. And then next is our class of 2019 Darius Garland silver insert. We also pulled his silver base rookie. And both of those go to Evan. Congrats on those, Evan. Very nice. And then next we have a Cameron Johnson arriving now insert. And that goes to Jim. Congrats on that, Jim. And then we have a Victor Oladipo high voltage insert. And that goes to Jim as well. Doubling up back to back. Congrats on that, Jim. And then next we have our Lights Camera Action Rudy Gobert. And that goes to Anthony. Doubling up. Congrats on that. And then next we have our Zach LaVine Frequent Flyers Silver. And that goes to Kyle. Congrats on that, Kyle. Okay, so next we will go through our base rookie cards. Our first one is our Ja Morant Tribute Rookie. And that goes to Kyle. Doubling up. Congrats on that, Kyle. And the next is our Rui Hachimura Rookie. We also pulled his Red Cracked Ice Prism Rookie and then his Red Cracked Ice Prism Tribute Rookie. So all three of those go to Anthony. How about that? Congrats on those, Anthony. Very nice. And then next we have our Kendrick Nunn Rookie. We also pulled a Red Cracked Ice version as well. And both of those go to Jim. Congrats on those, Jim. And then next is our Nickeil Alexander-Walker Rookie. And again, we pulled the Red Cracked Ice Prism version as well, both of those. And those go to Kyle. Congrats on those, Kyle. And then next we have our Zion base rookie, which again goes to Kyle since he was in the bottom spot, which is known as the Zion spot for all 1920 basketball breaks. And then next we have our Mfiondu Kabengele. And that's about as good as I'm ever going to pronounce that. And that goes to Jim. Congrats on that, Jim. And then next we have our Nico Melli rookie. And that goes to Kyle. Building the stack. Congrats on that, Kyle. And the next is Admiral Schofield. And that goes to Evan. Congrats on that, Evan. And the next is Quindary Weatherspoon. And that goes to Jim. Congrats on that, Jim. And the next is Daniel Gafford. And that goes to Robert. Congrats on that, Robert. And then our last base rookie is Cam Reddish. And we also have his silver rookie as well. And both of those go to Jim. Congrats on those, Jim. Very nice. All right, so now let's go through all of our parallels. I've got some silver parallels, some green prisms, and then, of course, our red ice prisms as well. So first we'll go through our silvers. And our first one is Kevin Love. And that goes to Evan. Congrats on that, Evan. And the next is Eric Bledsoe. And that goes to Kyle. Congrats on that, Kyle. And then our last one is Wesley Matthews, and it's got those little tiny indentations, unfortunately, at the top of the card. Probably happened during pack out. And that goes to Wayne. Got you there, Wayne. So then next we've got our two green prisms. Our first one is Reggie Jackson. And that goes to Jim. Congrats on that, Jim. And then our second green prism is Larry Bird Tribute. And that goes to Kyle. Congrats on that, Kyle. Got a big stack of cards. So next, we will go through all of our red cracked ice prisms. Our first one is Nikola Vukovic. I never can pronounce that correctly. And that goes to Keith. Congrats on that, Keith. And then next is Justin Jackson. And that goes to Jim. Congrats on that, Jim. And then next is Brandon Ingram. And that goes to Kyle. Congrats on that, Kyle. And then next is Wilson Chandler. And that goes to Anthony. Congrats on that, Anthony. And next is Myers Leonard. And that goes to Jim with the big stack. Congrats on that. And then next is Wendell Carter Jr. And that goes to Evan. Congrats on that, Evan. And then, yeah, and that was our last one. All right. Ooh. Well, That concludes our 2019-20 Hoops Premium Stock Basketball Random Player 1 Megabox Break number 5. Thanks to everybody that bought spots in the break. As always, we appreciate you all supporting our breaks the way you do. Thanks to everyone that joined us in the live stream this evening for our breaks. And that concludes our schedule. Again, I apologize for the delay from Saturday until tonight. Unfortunately, some things can't be helped, but I hope that everybody had a great time. I know I certainly did. Appreciate everybody joining us in live stream and in chat. Hope everybody enjoys the rest of your evening and week ahead. And we will look forward to seeing you all back here next Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and log off here, let the live stream load to the channel. I'll probably cut up all the individual breaks in the morning. Honestly, I don't quite feel up to doing it tonight. So we will do that tomorrow. And look forward to seeing you all back here on Saturday. Of course, if anybody has any questions or anything, you can always email me at cardboardliferbreaks@gmail.com. And thanks again, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday.